everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe, it means so much to my tiny channel. Today's a yarn haul, a little bit of everything, a little bit of Joann, one last time, shopping in store, and then a little bit of Bernat. If you haven't heard, they got some Bernat blanket yarn at Ollie's. That's normally at Joann, so I went there too. So let's get started. So the first stop was Ollie's, and I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of the selection they had there. They had a lot of Bernat blanket, and they had some red heart too, and a little bit of like that looped yarn for like, I think it's finger knitting. Anyways, so they had a nice selection. Obviously not every color, but it was still a really nice variety. So here is what I got on my last trip to Ollie's. The first one was this purple color in Bernat, and the Bernat was $4.99 a skein, however you say it. Anyways, which I thought was amazing because that's the lowest price I've ever seen it, despite different sales and coupons. I don't think I've seen it for $4.99, so I got it in this beautiful purple color, purple haze. It's like a muted purple with varying shades. It has a little bit of a grayish tones in there as well, so I'm really excited to use this. The next one I got was the green. I feel like I've seen a lot of YouTubers use this green for like those baby Yodas or like those pickles and stuff. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use it for, but once again, it was smoky green, and it was just a steal, so I had to get it so I could try it out because I really do like Bernat blanket. I think it's so soft, and I like how it's at so many different stores too. And it's kind of nice how your plushies come out to be a really nice big size since it's a thicker yarn, especially if it's for a gift. I like the gifts to be kind of a bigger size, not super tiny. And then the last skein I got was Bernat Speckle, and this was the color cream. So it's like white and it's speckled in with like a beigeish, creamish color. So I thought this would be nice to kind of switch up some plushies, like some bunny rabbits and bears and things like that, to switch up with the speckle yarn. And then we did one last trip to Joann. It was crazy going in there. It was like post-apocalyptic because they had a lot of stuff, but at the same time they didn't. The yarn was almost completely gone. I'd never seen it like this. I feel like usually they would have like one of each color. You know, even when the shelves were bare, it was never, ever like this. But then other rows, there'd be a ton of yarn. Like they had a ton of the Big Twist value yarn, but only in white. They had like an entire row of that. It was so bizarre. And then they had some Big Twist plush as well. So if you like that, definitely check that out. So that was crazy because I've never seen them have so much yarn in one color before. So what I got was the Big Twist value. I think it was just the color white. It's super soft acrylic yarn, and you use white for so many projects, and even if it's not for crocheting, for sewing and things like that. So I definitely got this because it was a really good deal. The yarns were only 25% off, but this was only about maybe $4. So it was still a fairly good price. So I definitely stocked up on that because so far I only had little skeins of white from Premier Yarns. And then I've never seen this before. They had this $1 craft yarn, Happy Value, with a signature Joann green color and that signature smiley face. And it's 100% acrylic. It was pretty soft and and sturdy too. It didn't feel like it was going to break. So I'm excited to use this. I just got it in the color black. They had gray, white, not exciting colors, but I thought it'd be great because obviously black is just one of those colors that you use for so many projects. And then this was so sad. This is my very last skein of Juicy Couture yarn. I love Juicy Couture. I still have all my purses and tracksuits from back in the day. I was so sad way back when all the Juicy Couture stores closed, so it was really hard to lose Juicy Couture all over again. I really hope we see their yarn somewhere else. So this was the color Cocoa Red. It was so beautiful, and this was the only color they had, so I got it. This is my favorite yarn, and it was only sold at Joann, so I'm really gonna miss it. And then the next thing I got, this was actually some gifts. Some of my friends been going to Joann and family members, my mom and stuff, and been getting me yarn. This was the Big Twist Value. So I've been really into acrylic yarn lately for amigurumi. It turned out so nice. This is Cornflower Blue. And I feel like blue is one of the colors you use a lot, especially that light blue. And then I've never tried the Big Twist Twinkle. So this was another exciting one. Almost everything in the rest of the video, like I said, was gifted to me. So that was so sweet. Thank you everybody who went to Joann's and stocked up. This was the color Sapphire. And comment what you think I should use this for. I just thought this was so pretty. And I was so excited about that. So it was nice they were sell some Big Twist yarn in store at different stores. And this one I never used before. KC for Knit and Crochet. It is a very thick yarn. I believe it's size 6, but it was like anything I've ever used before. So I'm not sure what I'll use it for right now. I'll just kind of keep it in my collection. You never know. But the color was beautiful and it was really soft too. So I'm excited to eventually try this out. And yeah, the color was emerald. Yeah, I think I'll eventually make like maybe a hat or scarf with this because I obviously would not use this for a plushie. And then they also got me some Bernat Blanket Extra. So I haven't really used like the size 7 yarn in forever. So at least not with I made plushie. So I'm really excited for that. So this was in the color. I wasn't sure if I showed it already, but it was Silver Steel, even though it's a lot of gray shades and tones. So this is another one, and since gray is kind of a neutral color, it could go with so many things. And this was just such a fun color. It reminded me of like Sesame Street or something. This was the color Bright Blue. Once again, Bernat Blanket Extra. So this is all the size 7 yarns that are thicker. And then this one, I don't know what happened with the label here, but anyways, this is also Bernat Blanket Extra. This was in the color Mushroom. So it's kind of like a taupey tannish color. So this will be good with a lot of different projects since it's very neutral tone. And then I just realized that I didn't have a crochet hook for those yarns. So I got a 15.75 and 11.5 that came together. And this was from Walmart. This wasn't from Joann or anything like that. So now I could get crocheting. I just kind of bought the first one at Walmart. Comment below what size hook you use when you use a size 7 yarn. I also had 11 millimeters. So anyways, we'll see what happens. And then these last few yarns were a gift. I didn't show too much because you'll see them again in another video. But it was one of the Karen cakes. That was Ginger Snap. So it was just a brown color. Spice cakes, that's what it's called. Because I feel like that the color looks exactly like a spice cake. So, and the next one was Bernat Fluffy. I've never used Fluffy before, so it should be interesting because it looks really different from like the other Bernat yarns I've used. And I guess it's a size 5, so I'll let you know how that turns out. And then this one I was super excited about, Bernat Mystical. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it was a beautiful, like a goldish yellow color. So that should be so fun. And then this one too, Karen Cloud Cakes. It is beyond soft. The yarn is very thin, so I'm kind of nervous how things will turn out with that. Let me know what you think I should make with these. Even though I already have something in mind, you'll see soon in another video. Make sure you subscribe. That was the color Lagoon. And then I also, for the first time, tried Premier Parfait Chunky. I'll link my video here so you can see my review of that, what I thought of it, what I crocheted with it. So far, I really like it. It's kind of been running for one of my favorite yarns. I thought it would be overrated, but I guess it was not. Anyways, so thanks so much for watching. That was my yarn haul. Make sure you subscribe for more. Thanks again. Bye.